Good morning, welcome back. I've literally been on like a 20-hour bus journey because I was stuck in traffic for like 4 hours, and then the next bus was late by a couple of hours. So it's been a nightmare. I haven't showered since yesterday, but I'm here at my new hostel or hotel. I'm not really, it's both. And I just wanted to show you around the place before we do anything in San Augustine. So already you can see it's got a thatched roof, and we overlook a bit of a jungle-esque garden. So coming down the stairs, you can see, yeah, it is a thatched roof, and all these buildings are like this with thatched roofs, but they've got like stone or concrete walls. The reason I stayed here is because it's actually on the side of a mountain. You can see just here, and there's also a waterfall. I don't think you can see it really well from up here because it kind of like comes from below the mountain. So I think I've found the way. You can see the river here, so the waterfall must just be down here. You might be able to see it from here actually, and there's a giant viewpoint and hammock to lie in. I can see it now. I am going the right way. Here we go. This looks sick. I'm gonna run down. Looks really good. Look at this. Oh my god, how amazing does this look? Oh my god, look at that view. Wow. You can even see the river now, and you can hear it as well. You can hear this waterfall, but you can hear that river. It's that powerful. And then we've got this giant hammock. Let's get in. Eddie. And we also have a fire pit, which I don't know how often it gets used. It'd be quite nice sitting out here when you've got a load of people staying here. You've got the river flowing there, and then you've got a nice fire here. It'd be really good. Good morning. It is day 2 in San Augustine. I'm sat in front of this view. I'm at a different hostel or hotel because I'm going on a jeep tour today. It lasts for like 7 hours, and it takes you around all the major sightseeing places in San Augustine, apart from the main park archaeological. We don't get to see that, so I'm just waiting now for the jeep to come, and then we'll be going on the tour. We've made our first stop at this viewpoint overlooking the Magdalena River, which I think is one of the main rivers in Colombia. And there's a point that we go to where it is only 3 meters wide, I think, so you can jump it. It might be down there. It looks very narrow, but I'm not sure. We've come down to the bit of the Magdalena where it's very small, very narrow. It's very large, so you won't be able to see me very well, and you definitely can't jump it. It is far too big to jump. I'll show you the gap now. Next stop on the list is some tombs. So we get to go down into these tombs. There's not much to see in these tombs. They're just little caves. But yeah, these do date back to before the colonization of Colombia. I think the tour guide said 1500 years ago, but I don't know because my Spanish is still not that good. It's still quite difficult to understand when people are speaking fast in conversation, but I think they're around 1500 years old. We can go into this cave. It's very low down in here, and there really isn't anything in here.
Ese es el estrecho del Magdalena. Antes se podía saltar de un lado a otro, ahora no por sus fuertes corrientes, se abrió.
Our tour guide is like a 10-year-old, but she's really good. I don't really understand much, but yeah, she seems to know her stuff. And she's got a lot of confidence as well, speaking to a group of adults about the history of the place. So it is quite cool. we stopped at one of the archaeological parks. There's two that you stop at along the way, but we didn't visit the first one. We just left it. But you pay for a ticket, and it lasts for 2 days, and it gives you access to both parks. So tomorrow I can go and visit the other park, and yeah, I'm out of breath because I'm walking a hill and talking. Tomorrow I'm gonna visit the other park, which I think is more popular and it's bigger, but this one's smaller. That's why we didn't do the other one, because we were running out of time. The car broke down, so we were stopped for maybe 30 minutes, and I'm on my own. The Colombian people didn't want to come in because it was quite expensive for me. For them it's 35,000, but for me it was 50,000 because I'm a foreigner, and I tried using my student discount card, and because it's not a local card, they didn't allow it. These statues were built by an unknown civilization. So mad that people thousands of years ago built stuff like this. It's like just the size and the weight of the rocks alone make it pretty much like impossible to do, and yet they done it. And not only that, but they also sculpted people. To be able to do that thousands of years ago is incredible, and it blows my mind, especially places like the Pyramids of Giza and Stonehenge. It's quite interesting that a culture that is still unknown in name created them. Adios. And the fact that they'll forever remain a mystery is quite cool. Yes. Nombre?
Oyaba.
Oyaba. So we've just picked some oyaba off a tree as we're driving. It's very sour. We've broken down for the second time today, so hopefully you can get this sorted quite quickly, because we are literally in the middle of nowhere. One of the benefits though is that we've broke down next to a guava tree, so I get some free guava, and I'm quite hungry. We've come to a waterfall now, Donna Salto de Bodones waterfall, and it's the highest single drop waterfall in Colombia, about 490 meters. I think it makes it the second highest in Colombia altogether after La Chorrera. And here it is. So we've just stopped for food in a small restaurant, and I've been fully accepted into William's family.
Thank you.
William is Colombian, and so I'm one of parte de familia. Sí, sí.
Parents. You are my parents.
Sí, sí, sí. Gracias. We've come to another waterfall. This is Mirador, right here. And I don't know how tall it is, but there's a load of things you can do here. That's a zip line. You have a gondola that goes across. So it actually looks really fun. Yes! Woo! Whoa! Broke down again for the third time, and it looks like it's permanent this time. We're gonna be getting a different truck home or different car, because he said that this is basically done. So the car broke down once again in the town. It is now 7:45, and the tour was meant to end at like 5 p.m, maybe 6 p.m, just because people are always late here. But because the car broke down like 4 or 5 times, we're literally like 2 or 3 hours late. I'm starving. I wanted to eat in town because it's cheaper, but now it looks like I might have to just eat in the hotel, which is a lot more expensive. Anyway, it was a good tour. We done quite a bit, but there was a few things we missed just because we kept breaking down. I'm so glad that I was on it, because I met William and his family, who are Colombian. They're from Cali, and they were just so nice to me. At one point when we were eating in a restaurant, they stopped me getting gringo taxed because they tried to charge me the same as them, even though I didn't get meat on mine. So he was like, no, he didn't get meat, he's not paying that. So they were so helpful, and they helped me learn Spanish too, because we were just speaking Spanish the entire time. So it was really good to meet them, and they've invited me to meet them in Cali because they want me to go there, because they keep saying it's a really good city, but I don't know if I have time. So they said if I come, I can meet up with them and they'll take me around Cali, which is very nice of them. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Parque Archeological and see what that's like. It's the next day, and you can probably hear it's absolutely lashing down. I'm already soaked walking about 10 minutes from my hostel, so I think I'm gonna try and hitchhike a ride into El Pueblo, because it is only like a 5-minute drive, probably less. So I'm gonna wait here either for the rain to go off or until I get someone that allows me to hitchhike, which is probably going to be quite likely because it's Colombia, everyone's quite friendly. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Marcela.
Marcela. Sí, ¿y tú?
Edward.
Edward, ¿y tú?
Juan Manuel. Juan Manuel.
Repetir, por favor.
Juan Manuel.
Juan. Soy Craig. Craig.
Craig?
Sí, sí. Soy de Inglaterra. Soy de Liverpool. Luis Díaz.
Okay.
Sí, sí. Pero aquí es bien. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Adios.
Adios.
I got one. I got a lift from a stranger. That's my first technical. That's technically my first hitchhike, right? I think it's in a foreign country anyway. Even though it was only a few minutes, but it was quite fun. I've come for some food in the only vegan place in the entire town of San Augustine. There's a menu del dia, and it also has desserts. That was separate, but it has desserts. I came here when I got here, and I'm here again. So I'm going to try a different dessert this time, because they have a few. This looks so good. Let's get some.
¿Y ese pancito de qué
It has like an almondy aftertaste. It's quite good. After having some amazing chocolate cake, I'm at Parque Archeological, which is the biggest and most popular park, I think, in San Augustine. And I'm just gonna spend the next hour or so walking around. The statues here are the exact same as the statues in Alto de los Ídolos, which is where we were yesterday. I don't mean like copies, I mean they were made by the same culture of people. So they all look similar, they all have similar attributes, and there's also tombs here as well as in Alto de los Ídolos. This park is actually quite big. It's a lot bigger than the last one, which takes about 10 minutes to walk around. As far as I know, I might have missed an area, but I couldn't see a different area. This one though goes down a dirt trail. I don't know how long the trail is, but it goes through this jungle. Well, woods jungle, I don't know what it is. And there's sculptures every so often along the way. All these tombs are flooded, so you're not going to see anything in them today, because it has been raining non-stop since like yesterday evening at maybe like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. I wish I could tell you more about these sculptures, but there really isn't much more to tell. Everything that is known about them is just educated guess, because they don't know what culture built them, like I said, which means they don't really know how the culture lived and what they done and how they survived, and so it is difficult to tell you as much about them. Also, another reason why I can't really tell you as much as I'd like to is because not all the information is translated into English. Some of it is only in Spanish, so I can only grasp small amounts of the information, so I'm not going to share things that I don't entirely know. Look who I bumped into in the park. Bumped into William and his family again. They're all here.
Hi.
And yeah, we're just exchanging numbers and having a laugh, and it's nice to see them again. This one is the biggest one that there is in the park. I think it's the biggest one I've seen so far, and this is the last area with stones in. So this guy must have been really important, because I imagine the bigger the stone, the more important politically or religiously the person who might have been buried beneath this was, if it was used as a burial stone. Might not have been, might have just been a stone to honor the gods. I have no idea, but it is huge. Must be about, it's over double me, and I'm like 5'6", so it must be like 15 foot, I'd say. I've finished the tour of the entire park, so that's the end of the video. But before I go, I just wanted to talk about William and his family. Meeting William and his family is definitely the highlight of San Augustine, and it might actually be the highlight of the entire trip in Colombia, because it literally sums up the Colombian people that I've met so far in how they treat foreigners. I know I've spoke about gringo tax a few times, and I have been gringo taxed a couple of times, but apart from that, the people here will literally go out their way to help you, and they don't all have much in comparison to Europe. You know, wages are a lot higher in Europe, living standards are a little bit higher, but the people are so helpful. They will give you things for free if you don't have enough to give them, or you don't have the change. They will also go out the way to help you, trying to find directions, trying to get you places. They will also offer you lifts if they see you stuck on the side of the road. So yeah, it has been really good. But that is the end of the video. So remember, like the video, comment what you liked below, subscribe if you're not already, and remember, keep exploring. I'm on my way to get the bus from Ava, and look who I've bumped into again. This is the first time. Oh, you couldn't write it, you really couldn't write it.